James MacRay, the food services manager at the Turner Job Corps Center in Albany, Georgia.
I enjoy what I do. And the students that come back and say, Mr. MacRay, I'm graduating tomorrow. Are you going to be there? Mr. MacRay, I got a job. You know, that means that I've touched that kid somewhere because he thought enough to come back to tell me about it.
James has served in Job Corps for more than 30 years. His mother worked at the Turner Center. In fact, the center's cafeteria is named in her honor. James says Job Corps has always been a big part of his family, and although he never attended as a student, his mom always wanted him to.
My mother worked at Job Corps until she retired, and she told me all the time, she said, boy, if I'd known what it was, you'd have been the first one there. Because I wasn't a good student in school.
Joking aside, James says while his primary job is to make sure students are well fed, he's just as focused on helping them succeed in life. He often tells them,
remember why you came here. If you came for education, don't let nothing get in front of that education. If you came for a trade, don't let nothing or nobody get in front of that. Because that's why you came here. You didn't come here for nothing else. Keep your mind on what you came for.
I'm Chase Leatherman. I'm 19 years old. I'm a student at Tongue Point Job Corps in Astoria, Oregon. I am here because I met Robbie through GED, and she asked me if I like dogs, and like to work, and the answer was yes to both.
I am Nathan Peacock. I'm 19. I'm currently a student at Tongue Point Job Corps. The reason why I started doing this is while I was in the GED class, Robbie told me about it. She was really excited about getting me on it, and I really wanted to because I love animals. I've had dogs my whole life.
Chase.
I am the academics GED instructor at Tongue Point Job Corps. I'm very passionate about animals. I'm very passionate about unchaining animals. And I think my students definitely feel the same way. The fact that they keep coming back and checking in with me and signing up for builds repeatedly tells me that my students are very engaged with their love for animals and that they feel really good about what they're doing. And we're going to continue doing this. It couldn't have happened if the Job Corps in Astoria had not jumped and said, fabulous idea, we want you to do this. We'll give you the vans. We'll make lunches for your kids. We will support you. You may go as many times as you like.
I think she's an amazing woman. I'm so grateful that she offered me the opportunity to come out here and do this.
She goes out of her way when it's not needed, just to help everybody. And she gives us the chance to kind of give back. You know, since she helps us so much, she gives us the chance to help others, return the favor. We're grateful for it.
I really look at it as being an award for my students and the hours they put in doing this on their free time. I'm very moved by the fact that my students are being recognized.
Meet Seth Chambers, Jair Amsbaugh, and Shapiro American Horse, students at the Wind River Job Corps Center in Riverton, Wyoming. They're studying building construction technology and all recently had the opportunity to apply for an internship with the PBS show This Old House.
So until then, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
I'm Norm Abram.
And I'm Tom Silva for This Old House here in Charlestown.
I feel like I'd be a good contestant because I'm dedicated, I'm motivated. This is an opportunity I can't miss up. I feel like I have the knowledge enough to keep up with those guys.
I would be a perfect candidate to be selected for This Old House. It's because this would be a great opportunity for me, from coming from a background of having nothing to having everything that I could ever dream of.
I feel that I'll be a good applicant for this internship because it'll help me get me rolling on getting a house by the time I complete the program for Job Corps. It'll help me support my child.
Job Corps has given these students great experience and direction in life.
Job Corps, it's a great opportunity for people who've been struggling at life at home. Like for my personal self, I wasn't graduating high school on time. I didn't know what to do with my life. I didn't know what career choice I wanted to make, so my aunt told me about Job Corps, and I decided to do it. And it's been a real life changer. I got my high school diploma, I got all these certifications from both trades, and I also met amazing new people who I can work with well.
These students hope to land the internship with This Old House. They know it would go a long way in helping them prepare for a successful career in construction.
With the kitchen pretty well cleaned out, let's start on the living room.
This will help me gain experience in the carpentry, a specialty that I would always wanted, and that I could actually be confident in building a house.
I think this internship would help me. It's another stepping stone. It's the great opportunity to work with some of the best carpenters around.
Regardless of whether or not they get to work with This Old House, the students say Job Corps has put them on the path to a bright future.
What I want to do is just become a carpenter down in Denver, Colorado. I just want to do everything, you know, just want to build houses for people. It's one thing that's really motivated me. Job Corps is an amazing opportunity, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
I just want to go somewhere where I can just create stuff for the rest of my life and just be happy doing it.
Meet Tiffany Nuccia,
Actually, I've had a great deal of passion for art.
which she says came from her grandfather.
Like, I always watched him draw, and I was like always interested in like what he was making.
A little blue here, a little red there, and a lot of talent, and Tiffany's spray paint art begins to come to life. But Tiffany's talents and abilities don't stop there. Tiffany is a welding student at the Clearfield Job Corps Center.
Ooh, perfect. And it is hard because, you know, you are a female going into a male-dominated trade.
Out of a class of 50 welding students at the Clearfield Center, typically only a handful are female.
What are you doing?
But instructor Greg Price says while she may not look the part, she plays it very well.
As bubbly as she is, and just be excited to take every little bit of knowledge that we could give her and just run with it. And she's done that.
Hey, no horse playing in the shop.
And while she jokes a bit, Tiffany can clearly remember Mr. Price's first bit of advice.
You remember the very first conversation we had when you came into welding?
Cute's only gonna get you so far.
And you got to make it the rest of the way on.
Talent.
And that's something Tiffany has taken seriously. And she thanks her instructors, especially Mr. Price, for pushing her to perfection.
He won't like go around and be like, oh, that's fine. You know, he'll be like, no, you need to do it over and over and over and over again.
I need you to check the height of the head. So you look down here.
When she first arrived at the Clearfield Job Corps Center, Tiffany dipped her hand into plumbing and electrical, but no light bulb ever went off. Then, a spark in welding that developed into a new career path.
And I felt comfortable and at peace, and I felt like myself, and it was nice.
Now, combine welding with her love for art, and you get
Isn't this the coolest place to work? I mean, come on, look what we make. Drummer boy and a football player. Can't get better than that.
mice, peacocks, frogs, motorcycles, all made out of simple household silverware. This business in North Salt Lake City, called Forked Up Art, was heaven sent for Tiffany.
So if we look off over to the left here, you're going to find all of the finished weld stock.
This is where Tiffany did her work-based learning, where she applied what she learned at Job Corps in the real world.
What we're going to work on is just the SO1s. We're going to go ahead and work on the spoons. If I could have you get started using the template.
Landon Kunzler was Tiffany's supervisor.
She's very easy to work with and very outgoing.
And Landon says his company has had a tremendous partnership with Job Corps because of the quality of students like Tiffany.
I've been going through a hiring process for the past 2 months. I've gone through a lot of different interviews where we have been disappointed, to say the least, and she came in and knocked it out of the park.
And not only are the Job Corps students who have worked for him skilled, they are creative.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. We actually have a lot of pieces that have come from our Job Corps employees.
And this intricate and impressive work of art was created by none other than Tiffany.
Like it got me that experience to work into an actual work facility with people who are actually doing welding for a living. And
for Tiffany, Job Corps was a major pivot point in her life.
I wasn't really going anywhere when I was home. I mean, I had jobs from there and here and there.
It's just a quick zip cut.
The education is amazing. It's amazing.
Tiffany will return to her home state of California, where she'll work in the welding business. And eventually combine her love for art with her newfound passion for welding.
I just feel like this is who I am, and this is how I want to live my life. Ta-da!